Hey everybody, Ironbug here. In today's VR title, we're the last human cab driver in the game, The Last Taxi. Now, this game is available on Steam VR. I'm playing it using a Quest 2, using Airlink. The game takes place in a futuristic world, sort of think of Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element, flying cars, big skyscraper buildings, city in the sky. And humans have adapted to body modification, which explains my hands here. And we are the last human cab driver in this bleak world, futuristic bleak world. And we're going to meet a ton of unique characters, which we can interact with however we want. This is a story-driven game where choice matters. So how you interact with each character will change the outcome near the end. And also there's like 20 plus endings to the game. So we're going to simulate a cab driver in a very narrative story driven game. And there's also, I believe I read that you can modify and soup up your taxi for a better experience for the customers and to save you money while you drive around. So with that, let's dive into this and see what it's like to be a VR taxi driver.
Hey, name's Buck. Hope you
Hey,
didn't have
Buck.
trouble finding my place. Oh, well now it's your place, I guess.
Jeez, Buck. This
This
place is
great
a
little
dive.
hub was Buck's taxi. But I'm getting too old for other people's problems. Ha! Gotta smooze and prattle. Probably made a few
There's some
enemies.
drinking there, bud.
Sorry, to get this transaction over with, you'll need the tablet paired to the vehicle. It's updated to the latest OS, but I need to delete a few apps. A couple
Yeah,
of
I bet you
personal ones.
do. Yeah, you better
While
get
I'm
those
not
dirty
deleting,
apps off of there.
You should get comfortable. There's a little knob on the workstation to adjust how close it sits to the chair. Then use the handles to glide the workstation closer or farther.
Oh,
When it's
this is
comfy,
cool. So I'm playing it
rotate the knob
seated.
back to the lock icon.
I think that's comfortable right there.
The control system is pretty much the same in the taxi. The fully upgraded matchy-matchy model.
So there's our cab.
Here you go. Tablet is set to a new user and ready to be dropped onto the workbench.
Alright.
The tablet syncs with your taxi, so each ride, including tips and bills, will load up in this room. This pretty thing is your brand new
Learner's
license.
license.
Ready to pair
Yeah.
with the taxi systems.
I don't even have a license in real life. Alright.
I know it seems odd to move at 2 feet, but the people in charge are a backward paperwork circus. It needs a quick scan. Just move your new license over to the scanner found on the right side of the workbench.
Driver's learning permit.
Congratulations! You have your learner's permit. Now I can legally sell you the business and run through training. You could just figure it out.
I'm buying
but
this
we
dive?
humans ought to stick together. Here's the bill.
And
And I'm gonna be firm on the price. May seem like a lot, but keep in mind you're getting the place and a reputable turnkey business. Pick up the bank card and tap it to the bill. Payment should happen instantly. Or well, it better.
I don't know about this, Buck. Like, there's not a window in here without boards. And you look pretty
Look,
rough.
I can't knock the price any lower. I know I said we humans have to stick together, but come on!
Alright.
A pleasure. You're now the proud owner of the only customized human-controlled vehicle in Progress Point. Time to start your first shift.
Alright. So we have settings. I guess that's your driver's license. I don't know what this is. It's got a thing on it.
Time to start your first shift.
Alright, we'll go back for now. Starter shift.
All right, let's move. You might have an ID, but you still need the test. Let's head to the scrapyard. I'll dump the spare taxi parts. It's a shame I can't sell them to you, but taxi newbies are barred from the off-market stuff.
Alright, so I guess select.
You'll be ticking off stops in no time. It ain't safe out there, but I'm glad someone is still willing to fight the rise of autos. Share!
So we're in our cab.
Testing.
Hey, bud.
1, 2. Can you hear me in the taxi? Technology.
Right.
I swear, anytime I employ a human coder, it never works. Equal opportunity program always sends me
So
the
it's-
worst. Oh, then we can continue.
Message select. Error. Transmission
As for the
operation
error on the
modification not
screen,
found.
well,
Invalid driver.
I wasn't completely honest. The
What?
taxi's a messy retrofit, so it pulls energy in unconventional ways. Internal power for the engine, but the instruments are powered by the driver, who's usually a bot. In order for a human to drive, you need mods, which is gonna cost a bit more. It's a biochemical energy mod. Just jam it into one of your ears, then the nanos will go to work.
Oh man,
Don't
they're
worry about
really
the
into
price.
modification.
Any expenses incurred in the taxi will be billed to your garage.
Oh, it sounds like it's going to my
This
ear.
part might be a bit uncomfortable. Select which hand gets the vial placement, usually your dominant hand, then place
Alright.
both of your hands on the screen. If you thought that was bad, you should see the process to reverse it. Congratulations. You're a little less human. And when you meet the
Oh, great.
passengers, what's left of your humanity will go out the door.
You tell
Your
me all
new
this
mod
after I
converts
buy the
blood
company.
into compatible energy. Yes, you'll literally be putting your blood and sweat into this.
Damn.
Bioenergetic adenosine triphosphate systems through radioactive conversion into direct current for the taxi. So I've been told. The first thing needed for the energy mod is replacement vials. They're in the compartment above your head. Grab one and pop it into your glove's empty sock. Good. Now you can
Oh,
watch
it's
your life
taking my
drain.
blood.
Generally, you'll use one vial a day. Any more and fatigue kicks in. I always got woozy and preferred to stuff my face with kelp wraps. But to each their own. Once it's full, just push down the vial to lock it. Controls feed off the energy emitted from your hands. The vial auto-ejects once empty, so be mindful when to pop a new one back in.
No, I'm good with what hand it's on.
And now, onto the controls. Wipers clean off water, gunk, and mystery substances from the windshield. It has 2 speeds, but the faster the speed, the more energy consumption. Your hand
More
will fill
blood.
up the wiper's energy pool, but keep in mind that as long as the wiper is on, the pool will drain until empty. So turn off the wipers when they're not needed to save the juice.
Is this a gyro?
It's not easy to stop mid-air, so avoid collisions by honking, and other drivers will speed up. Give it a go. Technology may have progressed, but there's nothing quite as satisfying as mashing buttons to make yourself heard. Now, the 2 upper controls. They're lovingly named some type of marketing mumbo-jumbo that I can never quite remember, so I'll just call them the scanner and the shield. The scanner needs a good flick of the wrist to get the gyro moving. Again, great! It analyzes your
It is a
surroundings
gyro.
to point out anything that could help or harm. As you get more advanced controls, it'll point out more things. Last one we need to test is the shield. Hover your hand, now grab it. And throw it at your windshield for quick protection. The shield will
That's
protect
kinda
from
neat.
pretty much anything. Collisions, debris, angry automatons, you name it. But it only protects your vehicle.
Well, that's all that matters.
Crash into someone, even with the shield on, and you'll be paying their bills.
Oh, not if I get away in time.
Congrats. You're ready for the open flyways as a driver in training. Currently, you're on a learning license. But after passing my test, you'll get upgraded to level 1. They don't let inexperienced drivers tour the rich, so put in the work to get coveted routes. You might have 6 license levels above you, but it just means you have a career ladder to climb.
Alright, so
Could burn daylight teaching you all the nuances.
we're going to be
but let's get to
interacting with the screen
scrapyard
to
before
talk
it
to people.
closes.
Alright, pick up. So we're picking him up. Pilot service. Filing service.
Press pick up to get me in the taxi.
Shh. Buck, you need to keep quiet. Hobbies include beers, bots, and Battle Doc, Cosmica.
Been a while since I've been back here for a ride.
Hey,
It
bud.
ain't bad.
To my cab.
Nice view.
So we don't actually drive.
Anyways, in order to get your license level numero uno, you need to pass the driver's test. So I'll be your executioner. I mean, driving examiner.
Self-automated cab.
Just
It
be
just
a
drives
cautious
itself.
driver. The taxi is no good as a pile of scrap.
Nice visuals, though.
Take a good hit and you'll have to pay for repairs at the end of the shift. Yikes. And
Alright,
as a
so there's going to be
passenger,
stuff we
I
can
have
collide
to say
into.
that it does not make for a pleasant ride. But I'm sure you'll do fine.
Heard the star.
Ah, I've been driving these flyways for as long as I can remember. And I'm still not sure whether I'll miss it when I leave. The taxi business was my dad's, and back then, it seemed like a good business to carry on. Everyone will always need to get somewhere, he told me. He was right about that. Except now, the only place worth going requires a rocket.
Look at the big waterfall.
Yeah, enchiladas. It's
So,
the brainchild
I'm making
of Elias
Buck
Tusk,
happy.
the great business magnate and entrepreneur.
Oh,
The lucky ones get a one-way Arco rocket ticket to Tusk's
what happened? Wipers.
amazing colony on Enceladus, a moon orbiting Saturn, which is where I'm heading. Leave this mess of the last city on Earth and try out a fresh start. Everyone is obsessed with his every venture,
So I'm
but
using
for good
power.
reason. I can't think of a more smart, humble, and
Yeah, look at
benevolent
this place.
person.
It's pouring
And here
toxins
I
into
go
the
on
water.
about my own life. I'm supposed to be training you. So, in case you haven't figured it out yet, keeping passengers happy by chatting raises their star rating and pads your pockets with tips. But it's not just about making the ride comfortable and safe. With automatons taking over every aspect of life, people are craving human interaction and will blab on and on. So listen to their stories
It's the
and
up
tell
arrows,
them
man.
what they want to hear. My advice is to do whatever it takes to win them over. Hey, you're getting it. Engaging your customers pays off. Sometimes you'll meet a nasty son of a glitch, and your tact will change. Just duck and roll to keep those credits moving. Of course, not everyone has the resources to fly to some far-off moon like me. Some just feel lucky to live in Progress Point. With endless fields of ice
Progress
and lifeless
Point
mountains
doesn't look like
beyond,
progress.
I can understand why. But problems arise when you cram the last of humankind into a box. For example, look around. We're in the sub-city. I bet you're not used to all this yet. The Decimal Ridge folks never are. You might feel the government looming, but they're not the real threat. We get hostile forces here like the Reclaimers. And, of course, your run-of-the-mill thieves, bandits, and charlatans. It's an entire political ecosystem.
Almost hit that car.
Oh, and sorry to hear you were laid off from your tech job in Decimal Ridge. I've always wanted to be a programmer myself. Thought it always looked like a bit of boring, steady fun.
A lot of work.
That's why opportunities like Enceladus are so attractive. Gives everyone a new start. Oh, and just a little advice. Over the course of your career, you're going to meet a lot of different people. Most will be harmless, but some are playing a whole other game. They'll want to use you, or get you to join their cause. Don't get entangled. Let the mysteries leave with the passenger. If you allow yourself to get caught up, well, this city will destroy you. That's why I'm leaving. Once I sell these last items, I'll have all I need to get off this ice rock. You know, I think I'll miss this city. Nothing lets you smell the essence of humanity like driving a taxi. As much of a dingy mess as it is, it felt good knowing all the ins and outs. No matter where I went, it felt like home. Driving's all I know. Don't imagine there's much need for drivers out on one of Saturn's moons. But I'll make my own way. A new world is always looking for willing hands. Hey, sorry again about tricking you with the vile mod and everything. I was worried that if I'd been up front, you'd have backed out. Some people are really opinionated about the whole body modification.
Yeah, you kind of screwed me there.
You know, you're not bad. It's a shame we didn't meet before my trip off planet. Would have hired you on the spot. Ah, I just remembered. There's one thing left to teach. Reporting criminal passengers. It's required by the Central City Authority. And they'll pay you for any genuine illegals or criminal activity you call in.
Look at these people.
If you want a proper climb to the top,
what's up, people?
Plain and simple. There's recording discs stored in the above compartment. A bit bulky, as it's an... As soon as the disc is picked, it's coded to the current passenger. But in order to properly report someone, you'll need to record damning evidence. When someone says, Chuck's taxi was a front for money laundering, you'll need to pop the card into the slot below your tablet. Once a disc is in, press the button to record evidence. It only does short intervals, so be strategic. Your onboard computer is equipped with a government-issued criminality analyzer. It interprets, reads biometrics, runs stats, and other sciencey junk. The device keeps track of anything recently said, so you can press record even after the criminal act was recently discussed. But the faster you record, the better. Still, in the end, it's just a machine. It may give false positives. That's where the human aspect shines. Listen to your passengers closely and trust what you hear, more than what the analyzer says. For example, and get ready, death to all security forces. Press record if you haven't already.
I pressed record.
If it wasn't a dud disc, a confession or threat would be worth a lot. Good thing it was a lie. Also, since the analyzer can be a bit delayed, you'll get better rewards if you detect a crime before the analyzer does. It's their way of rewarding actively involved, upstanding citizens. So that's it. Congratulations. Your license has now been upgraded to level 1. Congrats. It will let you travel anywhere in the sub-city. But there is a lot more city to see, so work hard and you'll soon be driving the bigwigs. Oh, anything you're given, like this license, can just be placed above the tablet. That's everything. The business is yours. If you ever manage to make your way to the Enceladus colony, be sure to look me up.
I will, bud.
Oh, and try to remember, you're a rare thing, a human driver. We got something those mech buckets will never have. Conversation. When people talk to a machine, they know it's all code and trickery. When they talk to you, there's a chance at a real connection. Our last bastion in an autonomous world.
Connect with the people. Gotcha. Ooh, you just teleported out of here. Data disk detected. Record passengers' data. Detected, please. Data disk in work condition above. That's reporting. Alright, so we got our new license. And requirements for next license level. Complete 2 shifts. Amount needed. I take it that's representing money. Alright. Got tablet. So we're back in our garage. Item required. So it's my new license. They're gonna want to scan it, I guess. Grants access to the sub-city. So these are all the places I can bring people and pick up fares. Sound all pretty sketchy. Energy mod. To do. Did I buy an energy mod? I guess I just did. Alright. Oh, we live in here too. That is our bedroom. This place is a dive. Guess that's our kitchen area over there. Our car's just in the middle of the room. Alright, so let's see here. See what this is. Okay. Human taxi driver arrested to us the news. Data stream. Alright. I believe this is just our license. Yeah, so that's where you can check what your stats are. See what level you're on. So you can improve your car. You level up. It's not just story. There's some things to build on your character. Alright, let's start the shift. Story passengers, side stories. What's the green one mean? Guess that's where I start. Tablet. Alright. Drive safe and snitch on the illegals. Up. Picking up a droid. He hasn't been maintenance in a long time. Alright. Let's pick him up.
Oh, a human. I was under the impression bipedal anthropods had moved on from such menial labor. Still, it is intriguing to find a taxi in this condition still being used.
Yeah.
A human with an appreciation for a machine as run down as this taxi? You are a rare specimen. Most humans would have left it at the patch. I am a salvage unit designed to organize your trash. And I have seen so many things wasted. For over a century, I have been working on the floating garbage dump you humans euphemistically call the patch. Every day, all I see is your waste. Pointless objects with selfish purposes.
Yeah, that sounds like us
functioning
humans.
Devices in near perfect condition.
This is why Terminator happens. Now these wild things are meant to be thrown away.
I suppose your taxi is failing in certain aspects of its function. At the very least, it does require better maintenance. And a few upgrades would assist it greatly. Of course, that is how humans manufacture things these days, already on the verge of malfunction. Also, they can sell more broken toys to their insatiable customers.
What's that? Oh man, we're driving through some poop.
Seen some beautiful things. Sheets of graceful music, sentimental love letters, shreds of delicately rendered oil paintings, and photographs of all these families. Thousands and thousands of photographs, torn and dirty and lost. All things that would bring joy and meaning into their lives. Now forgotten, now meaningless. These things do not provide much repurposing value. After all, who would want someone else's memories? So I keep them for myself, to remind me of the capacity humanity has for good. But still, no matter how beautiful, humans still throw them away. They appreciate nothing.
No, we do not.
And so you dispose of something because it is not as beautiful?
Damn
it is sentiments like this that cause waste to be left behind in the wake of progress. When humans move forward, they forget where they came from, or what they left behind.
Oh.
All purpose, all values are abandoned for the sake of progress. Despite humanity's clear ability at innovation, they are an unintelligent species.
What those up arrows mean?
All of the things they spend their time on, all of the things they throw away, and yet I pity them more than hate them. They have such potential for greatness. Humanity has lost all sense of value, even in themselves. I have seen many humans on the patch, the poor picking at the scraps that the rich have thrown away. Others are left for dead, injured in some pointless human conflict. I do not help them, though, for I see nothing worth salvaging. Much has changed over the years, but one thing has remained constant: the conflict between humans and machines. I have observed this relationship for a long time.
This is how Terminator starts.
Reach a peak. I look forward to seeing who will come out on top.
Yep, Terminator time.
Thank you for being a good human.
Alright, so that was our first passenger. You almost got a perfect star rating. Seemed like a nice robot. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is The Last Taxi. It's on Steam VR. As I said, I'm playing out the Quest 2 using Airlink. If you're into narrative-driven stories where choice matters, this is a great game. As I said, it's got 20 different endings. You can interact with all these customers you pick up any way you want. So when you replay the game, it's going to be different depending on what choices you make. And there's lots of endings to go through. Plus, you get to level up your stats and get better license. You get to level up your car to help you make more money and maintain it and make your job easier. I think we get to eat in the game too. I've seen something in the video and the guy mowing down something gross. Yeah, get a horn to honk. It all runs off our blood, which we're almost out of. So that's kind of creepy. But yeah, if you're into story games with multiple endings, that's relaxing, where you're not going to be running around and jumping and shooting and stuff. This is a great game. I didn't know what to expect getting into it, but I am happy I picked this up. It seems like a fun title, and I will be progressing further through this and upgrading my license. As I said, it's on Steam. I'll leave the links down below for the purchase of the game. Thanks for joining me, guys, and taking a ride in my cab. See you all in the next VR adventure. Cheers.